Good afternoon and welcome to the webinar. I'm your host, Ian White. You're here for a special alert live income webinar with Steve Mosey. Steve, are you here?
Yep, sure am.
Welcome to the webinar. Thanks for being here, Steve.
Oh, my pleasure for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Awesome. Today's webinar is going to be just amazing. And this is a live webinar. I know a lot of folks out there say, this is a webinar and it's just some pre-recorded thing. This is live. We're coming to you. It's Monday, August 13th, 12:02 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm coming to you from Vermont, the Wyatt Research headquarters. Steve is coming to you from his office down in Pennsylvania. Real quick, I just want to do a quick sound check, screen check, make sure you can hear me and see my screen, and then we'll get right into the presentation. So can you just type in yes if you can see my screen and hear my voice? Again, just give me a yes if you can hear my screen. Hear my voice and see my screen. So go ahead and do that right now. Jan says yes. I got another couple of people here saying yes. So it sounds like that's coming through loud and clear. So great, I'm getting some yeses. I can't see you. I'm getting some more yeses. David says yes. If you're doing any streaming of video or have Netflix on in the background or streaming music, I would turn that off. Anything that uses up a lot of internet connectivity could negatively impact today's connection for the webinar. So the way that we're going to chat, you're going to do that through the GoToWebinar control panel. Go to questions. You'll be able to type in your questions. Steve and I are monitoring that chat room. And so we'll be looking for your comments and be sure to answer them as quickly as we can. We'll also be doing a live Q&A session at the end of the formal presentation. So without further ado, let's get started, folks. Today's webinar is all about how to collect $20,000 in Liberty checks starting August 13th without using anything complicated like options or leverage, without getting a second job, without any changes to your Social Security, pension, or retirement income. And the real reason we're so excited about this is because right now there's a Liberty check opportunity that could pay you $1,141, and it's available today, August 13th. And so I'd like to walk you through this presentation, and Steve would like to give you all of the information so that you have an opportunity to collect this check with your name on it for $1,141. Now, some folks are going to be collecting $1,141 or even much more, but you must act today, August 13th, before 4 p.m. Eastern time to collect this check. And that's honestly why we're doing this webinar on Mondays. I know Mondays are often a pretty chaotic day for most folks out there, and we normally don't like to do webinars on Mondays for that very reason. But the fact is that if we waited to do this webinar tomorrow, you would miss out on this opportunity, and so it would be completely pointless. And so we decided, you know what, we're going to work on this thing over the weekend. Steve and I are going back and forth. We've got the webinar presentation ready. We're all ready for you, and that's why we're doing it right now today. So super psyched that you're here. We have huge turnout, folks. I'm going to really quickly read a U.S. government required disclaimer, and then we'll get right into the presentation. So this U.S. government required disclaimer says Forex futures, stock, and options trading is not appropriate for everyone. There's substantial risk of loss associated with trading these markets. Losses can and will occur. No system or methodology has ever been developed that can guarantee the profits or ensure the avoidance of losses. No representation or implications being made that using the strategies, tactics, information on this website or company material generate profits or ensure the avoidance of losses. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading losses. Since the trade has not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as the lack of liquidity. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown today. Wyatt Investment Research is not a registered financial advisor or broker-dealer. This is not an offer or solicitation to buy or sell securities. Please consult with your financial advisor before making any important investment decisions. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into it. So today we're going to be going through a few important things. First, we're going to talk about the number one problem that's ruining retirement. Secondly, we're going to be sharing with you 3 secrets to collecting these Liberty check payments. Third, we're going to show you how to collect your first payment on August 13th. You're in the right place if you're looking for consistent income. You're in the right place if you want to save more income for retirement. You're in the right place if you want to simply add to your retirement income that you're earning right now. And you're in the right place if you want to change your financial lifestyle forever by earning more money consistently month in and month out. Now, this is not for everybody, though, and we'll be upfront with that because the thing is, I would hate to waste your time. This is not for traders who are looking for risky trades and love risk. This isn't for folks who are looking for some get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that that's going to make them an internet millionaire tomorrow. This isn't for people who are looking for government handouts. This is all about how you can take control of your financial destiny by collecting these Liberty checks. So let's talk briefly about what's happening right now, and then we'll explain how Liberty checks fit into the picture. Right now, there's a new crisis that's ruining retirement for millions of recently retired Americans. And the number one problem, Steve, is what? What's the number one problem that folks are facing right now?
Not enough income.
Exactly. They're just not earning enough income. And Steve, I saw this report from the World Economic Forum. I mean, and the headline, you read the headline of this, Americans will face a retirement funding crisis, right? I mean, this is a big deal for so many Americans.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's real. We talk about and see these big numbers, but there's a lot of people who aren't going to meet their goals.
Exactly. And, when we look at Social Security, which I know a lot of people view as a safety net, take a look at this. I'm looking at this, the average person who enters and starts receiving Social Security benefits at age 65 will just get $933 a month. And think about it, the average Social Security check is $1,180 a month. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says that the average retired household spends $3,400 a month in expenses, and that means for most folks, Social Security only picks up about 54% of the retirement costs. And honestly, that's why I spent over 2 years working with Steve, and we worked together to try to figure out something that would be a replacement to Social Security. And maybe you're struggling to make ends meet. Maybe you need more monthly income to pay down debt or to pay the mortgage. Maybe it's to pay your medical bills or simply to avoid drawing down on your savings and pulling money out of your savings accounts. Or perhaps you simply want to earn more income so that you can enjoy life and travel and go on a cruise or make a donation to your favorite charity, buy a new car, help your kids or grandkids pay for college, make a donation to your favorite charity or your church. Whether you need more income or you simply want more income, I understand how you feel because I've personally been there before. I've struggled to pay the bills. I've had to borrow money from my parents in order to pay the rent, and my car was even repossessed. Now, if I'd known about these Liberty checks, right, when I turned back the clock to when I was going through a rough financial patch personally, and if I'd known about these Liberty checks 18 years ago, none of that would have ever happened. And now that I've seen the power of these Liberty checks and just how regular the payments are and how big the payments can be, I'm able to live a life of financial freedom. I live on a 30-acre farm in Vermont. I'm able to take 3 weeks of vacation this summer. And most importantly, I have more time to spend with my family, taking my kids to camp, spending time outside, taking time outside of the office. And today, I want to share with you the same secret to financial freedom that I think could make a huge change in your life, could have a huge impact in your life if you're willing to get on board and grab these Liberty checks. So I want to go ahead and do a poll question right now. And that's how much monthly income do you earn from your portfolio? And Steve, is this poll coming up on your screen? I just want to make sure this is working correctly. Should be a poll on your screen that says how much monthly income do you earn from your portfolio?
It's up there.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and turn your attention to the screen, folks. And literally all you do is you click the button that corresponds with the answer you'd like to select, and then you hit the submit button. And that's going to give us an aggregate response of how the audience is here and how much income you're earning from your investments, how much monthly income. And I'm not talking about capital gains. I'm not talking about your Social Security check. I'm just talking about from your investment portfolio, how much income on average do you earn per month? It looks like we have about 22% of people voting here. I'd like to get that up to at least half the audience. So cast your vote right now. We really want to get your response right now in terms of how much monthly income do you earn from your portfolio. And Steve, I'm going to go ahead and share these results right now. You can see most folks here, 41% of people say they're earning less than $100. So look at the screen, folks. You'll see this. 41% say they're earning less than $100. Another 18% say they're earning $100 to $500. So that means, Steve, almost 60% of the audience is earning less than $500 a month. And I believe that we can really help folks multiply that many times over, up to 10 times over, simply by using Liberty checks. And so my question for folks is, how would that impact your life? What if you take whatever that number was? You're earning $100 and you could earn $1,000. Maybe you're earning $500 and you're going to earn $5,000. How would that impact your life? Go ahead, go into questions and type in the response right now. Tell us how that would change your life, because our goal today is to help you. It's to help you use a simple trick that is used by corporate insiders and CEOs and executives like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Costco's CEO, and they've been using it since 1992 to generate up to 10 times more income. And we'd like to help you do the same. You can do this by collecting these IRS-approved Liberty Check payments, including a payment for $1,141 on August 13th. And let me show you why the $1,141 payment might just be the tip of the iceberg. And it's because of this, because this system can make you even more money. You see, in 2017 alone, Liberty Checks delivered total gains of 177.6% in income. In 2016, it was even better at 180.8% total income. They've delivered on average $1,287 in income payments over the last 26 months, with checks being sent out on average every 22 days. Today, you're going to hear about Madeline Wood, who told me she's cashed in $43,000 in just 7 months. You'll hear about Paul, who sent me an email and said he claimed $33,000 with just a single Liberty Check. And then there's Mark, who wrote in to say that he's made 54.5% annualized gains. And there's John, who collected $11,341 within a couple of months. I want to make sure you stay until the end because we have a few special things that we're going to be going through. First, we're going to tell you how Donald Trump is sparking new Liberty Check payouts. Secondly, we're going to explain why $3.1 trillion in payouts could be happening any day now. Third, we're going to show you how to cash in these checks every 22 days. We're going to share a top strategy for collecting this monthly income. And Steve's even agreed to share with you the names of companies that are on his watch list right now. So what makes this different, folks? Well, what makes this different is that this isn't some get-rich-quick thing. This isn't something that's going to be untenable. You don't need to do anything special. You don't need to trade any complicated strategies. It has nothing to do with options. It's one of the easiest ways to earn more income. That's what makes this different than anything else that you've ever seen before. I'm so excited about this because I think first about my parents who are recently retired and folks like them who are looking for more income consistently. And secondly, I think about my kids and I think about my personal desire to save for their college education and help set aside money for my family's financial future. And I know that income investing, and in particular, these Liberty Check opportunities that you're going to learn about today could be the difference between average results and extraordinary results. So with that, let me quickly introduce myself and introduce Steve, and then we'll get right into the presentation. So again, my name is Ian White. I started investing when I was just 5 years old with a few shares of Exxon stock that my grandparents gave me. I built my portfolio by focusing on reinvesting dividends. I've always been focused on the long term, buying great companies at a great price and being a patient investor. And I turned my passion for investing into a successful investment research firm that today is known as Wyatt Investment Research. With me today is Steve Mosey. Steve is a CFA charter holder with over 25 years of investing experience, and Steve knows that the number one challenge that folks have is that low interest rates punish investors. Steve likes to say that income investing is investing. Everything else is simply speculation. So Steve, thanks for being here. I know you're super excited about this Liberty Check strategy and this upcoming payment as well.
Yeah, again, great to be here, and definitely looking forward to the next hour and getting this information out to everybody.
Great, so let's get right into it, Steve. There are really three secrets that we're going to run through. And, you know, I know a lot of folks here are familiar with our webinars. They've been on our webinars before. For folks who aren't, though, perhaps they've read about us in Barron's or Market Watch from the Wall Street Journal. Maybe they've seen us on Yahoo Finance or in Kiplinger's Personal Finance magazine or Inc. magazine. We were named one of the fastest growing companies in America. So, again, welcome to everybody who's new. Welcome to everybody who's already part of our community. So let's dig right in. We're going to go through three secrets, and then we're going to tell people about this specific Liberty Check that's available today. But again, it's only available today until 4 p.m. Eastern time. So again, it is, what's the date? It's August 13th. It's a Monday. It is 12:15 Eastern time. Literally, this Liberty Check expires in 3 hours and 45 minutes. So if you wait beyond 4 p.m. Eastern time, you cannot collect this Liberty Check. There's a very hard deadline, and that's imposed by the New York Stock Exchange. So let's walk through the secrets here. Secret number one is that U.S. companies are legally stashing over $3 trillion in offshore tax havens, and they're saving this money and keeping it out of the hands of Uncle Sam. Secondly, Donald Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which was passed late December of last year, is almost forcing companies to bring back cash into the U.S., and it's sparking a new wave of Liberty Check payments. The third thing that you're going to learn about is how you can ride on the coattails of some major corporate executives of America's biggest and best companies who collect these Liberty checks every 20 days. So let's get right into it. Steve, secret number one is that there's $3.1 trillion offshore. It's just a huge amount of money, right? And it's offshore in tax havens like Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, Luxembourg. It's all over the place, right?
Yeah, that is right. And people are going to learn why there's a good chance a lot of that money can come back and come back really in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and let's tell folks how they can get their share of this money, because again, there's a pile of money which may seem impossible to access, but yet there's a way to access this cash.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we are talking about a lot, and a lot of really big companies have a lot of big cash accounts that are held offshore in foreign countries. They've stashed it over there because of high taxes, formerly high taxes here in the States. That's why it's been there, but it's a record amount. But as you say, there's going to be a good reason these guys want to get this back to the States and why they might want to really amp up paying out Liberty checks.
And let's take a look at some of the companies with the most cash. Tell us a little bit about some of these companies.
Yeah, if you look at a company like Ford Motor Company, I mean, they had one. They did. Excuse me, I'm looking. So the Google, obviously Apple, has got a ton of cash over there. Alphabet, Google again, Apple, Google. Cisco Systems. All you have to do is look at this chart, and you can see you're looking at billions of dollars. You're looking at a large percentage of cash held overseas, and not just that. You look at Johnson and Johnson and some other non-tech companies, but there's a lot of money over there for sure.
Yeah, and I think the startling thing is that companies like Procter and Gamble keep 99% of their cash outside of the U.S., outside of the reach of Uncle Sam. They're avoiding taxes. Johnson & Johnson, 98% offshore. Bristol Myers, 97%. So these are, pharmaceutical companies, household names, and they're just keeping money outside of the U.S. And, one of the interesting things I came across this article, this was years ago, back in 2012, an article in the New York Times about how Apple sidesteps billions in taxes and how the company uses a subsidiary in Reno, Nevada that's set up entirely to manage the company's cash. That's all they do in this office. And they're located in Nevada because there's a zero tax rate in the state of Nevada versus an 8.8% tax in California. So again, the steps that companies will take to avoid taxes is unprecedented. And so, there's been a lot of scrutiny about Apple in particular because the company has accumulated over $200 billion in cash offshore. And Tim Cook, the company's CEO, is actually asked to come to Capitol Hill to explain himself. And they said, we want you to tell us, what's going on with Apple and all this cash. And Tim Cook said, we pay all the taxes. We owe every single dollar. We do not depend on any tax gimmicks. We do not stash the money on some Caribbean island. And so here you can see, Apple's cash offshore is just growing and growing. And Tim Cook is technically correct. Apple doesn't store cash in the Caribbean. They store it in Ireland and the Jersey Islands over in Europe. So technically he's correct. But I think the point is that Apple has gone to dramatic steps to avoid paying taxes. And Tim Cook and Apple, they're not breaking the law. They're simply following the rules of the tax code, okay? And so, as an Apple shareholder and someone who loves Apple's products, I'm not even upset about it. I just want to help folks get their share of this cash that companies have been hiding offshore outside the reach of the government, because it's not just Apple. Most companies are legally avoiding taxes by using these loopholes that frankly, Congress has created. So it's Congress's problem. The companies are just using it to their advantage. So let's talk about secret number two, because maybe it upsets you that these companies keep so much cash offshore. Maybe you don't care. It really doesn't matter, because I want to help you put some of that cash in your pocket, which is what this webinar is all about. So let's talk about secret number two, Steve.
Yeah, this is a really driving force here, and that was the changes in the tax law that occurred back in December 2017, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act that came into force. It's forcing companies, really, as I alluded to earlier, to bring cash back to the United States. And we really think this is going to spark a new wave of Liberty check payments.
Exactly. And so, here's a picture of Donald Trump, signing the bill, right? And so you can see it, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017. And signed. So Steve, tell us a little bit about what was included here in the tax code and, the quote Jobs Act that was passed?
Yeah, there were really two important provisions from our perspective, our standpoint. One was a reduction in the corporate income tax rate, and the other one was a repatriation U.S. tax holiday that was given to corporations for 2018.
Yeah, and so let's show folks what the bill looked like, because I know a lot of folks might remember the headlines. This is right before Christmas, so it was a busy time of year for a lot of folks. But this is what the bill was, and most folks didn't really read through the bill, but basically this is a study here from the Tax Policy Center, which shows who benefits from the changes in the tax code, and you'll see here. Average American family here, with 75 to $100,000 in household income, we'll see about a $1,310 savings per year, which is nice, right? Like that's good money. Like nobody's going to complain about it or send it back, but it's not exactly life changing for average Americans. Meanwhile, let's talk a little bit about what happened on the corporate side of things, because I think that's really the driving force here in the changes to the tax code.
Yeah, it really is. And, this big change in the big reduction in the U.S. corporate income tax rate, it was dropped to 21% from 35%. That's a 40% savings in just corporate income taxes. So this is really going to help the bottom line for a lot of corporations, a lot of companies. We've already seen dramatic growth this year in earnings. If you look, anybody who is familiar with FactSet, they're a data aggregator. They follow the S&P 500 really closely, and the companies in there. I mean, we could have a record year in earnings again for these companies. A lot of it is driven by the fact that they've benefited from this a lower income tax rate.
Exactly. So it's already showing up on income statements of U.S. corporations. And so tell us a little about this, sort of the taxes related to offshore cash, because that was another important component of the bill.
Yeah, this goes back to the 3.1 trillion that we discussed, a couple minutes ago. That's going to be subjected to one-time tax this year of 8% to 15.5%. Companies are going to pay that regardless whether they leave it over there, outside of U.S. jurisdiction, or if they bring it back. So a lot of them are going to be motivated to bring it back because of this, because of the repatriation holiday, and because going forward, what's going to be earned on whatever that's invested in can generate earnings that are going to be taxed at a lower rate.
Exactly. So it's really exciting. And, this was buried on page 142 of the Tax Act, which, again, I don't think most people read it. But I'll tell you, we did. And what we discovered in Section 965 is what's called the treatment of deferred foreign income upon transition to participation exemption system of taxation. And this was the section which, again, most people, including the financial media, did not bring up. They focused on what it meant for regular Americans and the headline number, which was taxes being cut to 21% for corporations. But they really missed out on this, which I believe is a true gem and huge opportunity for investors. It's all about the deferred treatment of foreign income upon transition to exemption system of taxation, which sounds really confusing, but basically what it means is that U.S. corporations who have cash overseas, and this is from the New York Times, they say, big corporations will be the big beneficiaries of the tax cuts. Companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, they have over $3 trillion offshore, and they'll be paying somewhere between 8% and 15% taxes on that money. And so, Steve, tell us a little bit about what President Trump's goals were with this legislation, which, was one of his biggest accomplishments since taking office.
Right. And, when it comes to that repatriation, the provision they put in there is you pay it whether you bring it back or not. So obviously he wants them to bring it back and invest in new facilities here, make new capital investments in the United States. And while you're doing that, obviously hire more workers to fund the new capital projects that you're funding and investing in. So basically it's a push to try to grow the economy, ramp up gross domestic product growth. So that was definitely his goal for pushing to have changes in the corporate tax laws.
Exactly. And whether or not you support Donald Trump or not, it really doesn't matter to me. This has nothing to do with politics and has everything to do with putting cash in your pocket. So, for a minute, I know politics can be divisive. Let's just put that aside and say this is happening. U.S. companies are bringing back billions and billions and billions of dollars in cash, and there's an opportunity for you to grab a piece of it. And so that's what this is all about. Secretary Treasurer Steve Mnuchin says on the tax bill, we're going to bring trillions back onshore. And essentially they are, because they're really forcing the hand of corporations. But, one interesting thing happened. This was in late December, right before Christmas. And, an administration official asked a group of 200 CEOs who were at a conference, he said, who here, and these are guys who are running Fortune 500 companies. These are big companies, okay? He says, who here is planning on investing more money in the U.S. after you bring back your cash that you have over in Ireland and the Cayman Islands and Luxembourg? And literally, one or two hands in the room went up. And so he said to the group, he said, why aren't more of you going to invest? They said, look, we're focused on our shareholders more than we are in making investments. And the fact that the tax code changes isn't going to mean that we're going to go and build a factory that we weren't previously going to build. It doesn't mean we're going to hire more workers, even though we have the cash. And the administration officials were dumbfounded. They were like, what the heck's going on? I don't know why that's going to happen. And so, Steve, tell us what will happen, though, because 98% of these CEOs and CFOs who are in this room were saying, we're not going to invest the money in America. We're going to do something else with it. So what is it that they're going to do if they're not going to hire workers? They're not going to build new facilities. They're not going to invest in infrastructure. What the heck are they going to do with the money?
Well, you don't want to keep it on the books because, too much of anything that includes cash is really a bad thing because you're being inefficient with it and you're not putting it to proper use. You're dragging down your returns on invested capital. That leaves one option for us: pay the shareholders, and that's what they're going to end up doing.
Yeah, and so we're looking at record payments going out, and so let's just take a look at what's happened in the past, because when we take a look at the American Job Creation Act of 2004, which was pretty similar to what we just saw, we saw something very similar happen, right, Steve? I mean, Congress was trying to compel companies to invest in America. And so tell us about what happened back in 2004, just for folks who might not remember this.
Yeah, that was true. Same goal as this go around. And we kind of expect the same results this go around. At the time, back then, there was approximately 800 billion of earnings in cash that were held outside of the United States. 843 companies brought back 362 billion of that, roughly 45%. Time even had a better rate, 5.25%. You also had a choice back then, bring it back or not bring it back. Obviously, at that rate, a lot of people decided to. But according to CNN, for every $1 repatriated, 60 cents to 92 cents was actually paid out as Liberty checks.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And so, I think that, it's really interesting, though, because at the time this was embraced as, it's going to create all these jobs. But ultimately, the United States Senate, the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, they looked into this because they said, what actually happened? And so they did a report on this. They did a big investigation. And what they found was that corporations returned $312 billion into the U.S. and avoided $3.3 billion in tax payments, but the growth in American jobs and investment that was supposed to follow did not occur. And if we take a look at this chart shows what happened with repatriations and U.S. jobs are the top 15 companies that brought cash from offshore back into the United States. And this is what happens. And you can see here the amount of money that was repatriated, and you can see what happened with the corresponding jobs. The jobs that these companies declined from almost 45,000 down to 41,000 jobs. So these companies, in spite of being loaded up with more cash they ever had available before, decided not to invest in America. They decided not to invest in new people. They decided to do something else. They decided to send out Liberty checks instead. They made these Liberty check payments to their executives and their shareholders instead of creating the new jobs. And so we believe that the same thing is going to happen right here, which is that the 2018 tax holiday could spark massive Liberty check payments. And we estimate that could be up to $1.2 trillion that's brought back into the United States, with big companies making huge payouts. So, we think that Apple could possibly make a $920 payout. Microsoft could pay out $650. Cisco Systems could pay out $1,190. So these payments could be absolutely huge. And that's just from some of America's biggest companies. A lot of the smaller companies have promising payouts planned as well, and they're a bit under the radar. And we're going to be telling you about one of those situations today that you could get enrolled and claim your payment. There's a hard deadline today, August 13th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's in just 3.5 hours from now. So we're going to give you all the details on that in just a couple of minutes. First, Steve, though, let's get to secret number 3, which is how you can ride the coattails of the major corporate executives who are collecting these payouts, because these guys, they know all the tricks in the book. They know how to get paid. And who wants to join these folks and get paid these Liberty checks? If you want to join the corporate executives and get paid these Liberty checks, I want you to type in yes right now. Go to GoToWebinar, go to questions, type in yes in all caps, and see. I'm going to see how many people are typing in yes right now, because it's always fun to see what type of response we get. Who wants to join the executives? Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and start getting paid these Liberty checks time and time again. I'm getting flooded with yeses here. Wow, it looks like I have like 100 people here typing yes right now. So it's fun to get that feedback. So I know you guys do. I know that's why you're here. So we're not going to wait another minute. So Steve, let's talk about secret number 3, how you can ride the coattails of the major corporate executives.
Yeah, a lot of insiders want to get paid, and get paid Liberty checks is an efficient way for them to get paid. We've seen it with Ford Motor Company, $2.3 billion in Liberty checks, in addition to the regular dividend of the past 3 years. 14 years ago, Microsoft paid a $3 per share Liberty check. Bill Gates, obviously being a large shareholder, made a lot of money off of that, $3.3 billion. He donated a lot of it to his foundation. Costco, more recent one, $7 in Liberty checks. CEO James Sinegal pocketed roughly $5.6 million. Berkshire, of course, wherever there's a Liberty check, dividend, any kind of cash flow, Buffett seems to position Berkshire there, and they own 1% of Costco, and they received roughly $30 million in Liberty check payments last year from Costco.
Pretty amazing. So the insiders are getting rich on these. There's no doubt about that. I know folks are asking us, and they're saying, well, what exactly are these Liberty checks? So Steve, tell us, what are Liberty checks?
Yeah, they're related to usually, unique, maybe a one-time event, an unanticipated special event. A very strong earnings report can motivate companies to pay these. A business reorganization is another motivator. Large legal settlement, which leads to a large cash windfall, will produce a Liberty check payment for shareholders, and any large cash windfall, basically. And we've had the latest one that occurred last year in December with the changes in the tax law that we talked about a few minutes ago.
Exactly. And so, you can see that the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 is essentially forcing companies to send out these Liberty checks. So, Steve, why do companies pay these Liberty checks?
Well, they do it for a number of reasons. One I said was remove extra cash from the balance sheet. You don't want to have too much cash. It's a drag on earnings. It's an inefficient use of your assets. You do that, you keep your returns on invested capital high. Again, rewarding shareholders. And it's a way of doing it without incurring a long-term commitment. Say you're going to really amp up your regular dividend. Nobody wants to see a dividend cut, so they may pay Liberty checks instead. And it benefits everybody, including insiders. Obviously, they want to benefit, but if you're an owner of the company's shares, you'll make out good too.
Exactly. And so who are some of the companies that have paid these out? Let's talk about a few of the well-known companies. We've already named some. Let's tell people the names of some that they might be familiar with.
Yeah, in addition to Microsoft and Costco, we've seen Wynn Resorts, Boston Properties, some big companies, but really we've seen some really good opportunities in many smaller and mid-cap stocks. These companies have really been able to step to the fore and issue really surprisingly large Liberty check payments.
And I know a lot of folks just don't pay attention to small and mid-sized companies. They're just under the radar, right? I mean, a lot of Wall Street analysts don't follow these. If you turn on CNBC, you never see them talking about the small and mid-sized companies. They're always talking about the big guys. They're always talking about Facebook and Apple and Microsoft. And I think that creates a big opportunity, don't you?
Yeah, it does. Because you've got a lot of stuff, as you said, flying under the radar. And if you stay tuned, you remain alert, you can really pick up some large income and some really profitable trading opportunities too.
Yeah, and so, I think, it's a great way for folks to get on the fast track to earning more income. and getting more freedom because they can earn as much as 66.5% in annualized gains, collect $1,287 every 22 days, and do it all with these safe and reliable Liberty checks. And see, what I like about this is that it's not complicated, right? It's not something that's going to be a swing for the fences strategy where, yeah, you might earn some good income for a couple trades, but then you'll lose 100% of your capital on a trade. It's nothing like that. And our research has found that these high quality payers can make these huge one-time payments and deliver really quick profit opportunities in as short as just 14 days. But Steve, we know that there are a lot of Liberty checks out there, and some companies are paying them for the right reasons, and some are paying them for the wrong reasons. And so, our research shows that only about 10% of these represent good payments that the companies will be able to make good on, that actually are an opportunity for regular folks like you and me to actually make money on. And so companies need to have the right motivation for sending out these Liberty checks. So tell us a little bit about what you look for when it comes to these Liberty checks. What are you looking for? What are the sort of the qualities?
Well, you definitely want a solid business with a sound capital structure. They have to have the cash to obviously pay it. You don't want them mortgaging the future to make a payment today, and that usually evinced by low debt levels, sound capital structure, a lot of cash. We really home in on those three areas.
And so tell us a little bit about the secret recipe for finding these Liberty checks.
Yeah, we want to have a large enough payment. It's got to be worth your effort to get into it. Obviously, anything 400 or over would really be nice. Again, the company has to have the cash to make the payment, sound positive free cash flow, financially sound capital structures I mentioned earlier. Insiders, again, it's always nice when they're large shareholders because they benefit at the same time too. And growing business and bright outlook, everything has to come from a position of strength, not weakness.
Great. And so, I know a lot of folks are probably saying, okay, well, this sounds good, but can you give me some more examples of some Liberty checks? So let's walk folks through a few examples because these things happen like clockwork every 22 days. So let's talk about a few of these. I know one is MCBC Holdings. This is a company that makes Mastercraft boats. Tell us about this Liberty check situation.
Yeah, this is one of the first ones that we discovered. It paid $80 million in Liberty checks. Again, this is a small company too. The checks were sent out in May 2016, and regular investors could have collected, a check of up to $2,820.
Yeah, that's amazing. With just one check, pretty amazing. And so tell us about Wingstop. This is a unique situation because this chicken wing restaurant chain actually paid not one but two Liberty checks in quick succession.
Yeah, it's true. This company is really doing well. Opening chains at a rapid pace, and also the ones that are opening stores at a rapid pace are also the ones that are open continue to grow and continue to earn money. And these guys found themselves cash flush a couple of times. They sent 176 million in Liberty checks, and they sent checks out in July 2016, and again January 2018. Investors could have collected a check of up to 1,040 the first time, and over 650 the second time.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, think about that. You get in there and you get two Liberty checks in a year and a half. Pretty amazing. Tell us about Leidos Holdings. I know this is a larger company. They paid out over $1 billion in Liberty checks, and most people have never heard of the company. I had no idea this was happening.
Yeah, this is a government contractor, and this goes back to a business reorganization. They merged. Lockheed Martin merged their contracting segment with Leidos Holdings, and they found out, hey, they were able to secure more business, more cash flow from the government. They were able to pay $1.1 billion in Liberty checks, and this was sent out in August 2016. And regular investors, again, you're something approaching almost $3,000, 200 and 860.
Yeah, wow, 2,860. Wow, yeah. Amazing. Tell us about Tribune Holdings. Well, I know Tribune. This is a company that's named after the Chicago Tribune, a newspaper in Chicago, big media company. And Steve, they paid out $522 million after selling a division of the company. And I know folks made out like bandits with this one.
Yeah, the name is kind of misleading. They're not the newspaper anymore. Thank goodness for them. But they focused on the businesses that were making money. They had one segment, an internet digital company that didn't quite fit in with what they were doing. They sold that. They've been selling real estate. They own tons of real estate in Chicago and Los Angeles. They got rid of that and focused on their their core media holdings, which includes WGN TV, which people might be familiar with. But anyway, they flush with cash, sent out a Liberty check in 2017. You know, regular investors could have got one for 1,590 or more.
Wow, pretty amazing. And then there's Bob Evans. I mean, I remember Bob Evans as a kid driving from, you know, where I was living in Wisconsin as a kid in high school to Vermont, where my grandparents lived. I remember we'd stop in Erie, Pennsylvania at the Bob Evans restaurant chain there. So tell us about Bob Evans. And, you know, they paid out one of these Liberty checks too, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah, this is interesting because Bob Evans actually got rid of Bob Evans restaurants. They sold it to focus on their packaged food business, which was the more profitable business of the two. So they went ahead and sold the restaurants, and the proceeds, they were able to invest back in the business, but they still had enough left over to pay 177 million in Liberty checks. This was sent out last May 2017. You know, regular investors could have got a check for over $1,000. So yeah,
pretty amazing. And then there's the granddaddy of them all, a company called Warrior Met Coal. And this is a company that's profiting from some of the Trump policies. Tell us about this one. This was just a huge Liberty check. I don't think we've ever seen one this big before, Steve. I don't know if folks made out. They're just so thrilled with the results. Tell us about Warrior Met and their Liberty check.
Yeah, this is interesting too. It goes back to a business reorganization. They reorganized, reduced debt, business picked up leaps and bounds. And what this company does, they're a metallurgical coal company. What that means is they make the coal that goes into steel production. This isn't the stuff that fires your power plants for electricity. This is really, in other words, steel companies can't get around this. They have to use this. So businesses picked up, steel production picked up. They were able to pay 600 million in Liberty checks. This was sent out last October, and really a large amount. I mean, regular investors could have collected over 4,120 in some instances.
Wow. Yeah, and I know some folks made out and did even better. And I'll tell a story about Madeline Wood, because she showed me her results on this, and she was just thrilled with it. So I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. And again, these are the types of payments that are going on right now. The next payment is happening today before 4 p.m. So please do not leave the webinar. If you leave the webinar, you're going to miss out, because this will be your only chance to collect this Liberty check payment. It's today before 4 p.m. We're going to give you instructions and next steps to act on right now. Now, these Liberty checks, they've been working great. And so I'm going to walk you through exactly how well this is done. What we're seeing right now is these payments are happening every 22 days on average. So every 3 weeks, there's a new payment. The average amount of these payments is $1,287. And just take a look at the payouts that we've been able to bring to folks' attention. In 2016, $18,080. 2017, $17,760. 2018, in just the first 6 months, it was $11,190. Now, you might be saying, well, can you give me a few more details on this? Let's see exactly how this is working. So what Steve and I agreed to do is we said we'll actually put everything up here so you can see all the Liberty checks that folks have had an opportunity to collect. And it starts with MCBC Holdings, that's Mastercraft, which Steve told you about. And you can see that one's for $2,820. See other ones here for $2,400, $2,800, $3,300. Some of them are smaller, $860, $410. But if we add up all of these, you get to $18,080 in Liberty check payments in 2016. Now, you might be saying, well, hey, look, 2016, maybe that was a fluke, right? Well, the same thing happened in 2017. We saw right here all the Liberty check payments: Tribune Media, Mueller Industries, CNA Financial, Costco, all the companies. And the grand total of those checks, if you'd acted on them, would be $17,760, which is, again, pretty impressive. So you might be saying, okay, 2 years, great. But what's going on this year, Ian? What's going on this year, Steve? So this is what's going on this year, folks. We put up all of the Liberty checks right here. You can see them right here. And grand total right now, year to date, $12,680 as of August 13th. That's what we're seeing, $12,680. Now, if 2018 continues at this pace, which we have every reason to believe that it will, this will be the biggest year for Liberty checks that we've ever seen. Total payouts this year could be $20,287. Now, some folks are already earning these Liberty checks, and they're actually doing even better, okay? And so Madeline Wood, she's a grandmother from Florida, and she wrote in and she told me, let me tell you about my experience with Liberty checks. I've made $43,779 in profits. If I can do it at 76 years old with limited English, I think anyone can do it. Kudos, Madeline. And she actually went so far as to show me what she had done and how much she collected. And so she told me she made $2,493 with a company called TransDigm in just 81 days. Her second experience was with WarriorMet, which is one of the companies that Steve told you about. And she actually made collected two Liberty checks here. The first was for $16,142, and that was just 76 days. And then the second one was $11,495. And so in total, with just that one company, WarriorMet, she was able to collect $27,637 in just 7 months. So pretty amazing results. But it's not just Madeline. You know, we got an email here from John who says, Steve, I was a bit skeptical at first until I saw the light. Since then, I pocketed $11,341. Kick me once for dragging my feet. So again, Mark wrote in and says he made 54.5% profits in just 51 days. He says he's received annualized returns. He's holding the positions for only 51 days. He wishes he had more skin in the game. We'll definitely try to free up more cash for the next trade. Here, I got an email here from Paul. This is an email here from Paul who says he's been collecting these Liberty checks. The first two paid out a combined $8,000. And then TransDigm, he brought in $33,000. He said that's not an error. He said it benefited me $33,000. He says he's using the gains to fund an apprenticeship for his adult daughter so she can learn the ropes of trading. He says, my personal goal is to become a deca millionaire. This is an important role in my strategy. So again, he wants to be worth $10 million, and he views this as a crucial part of that strategy. Meanwhile, we got this email from Stephen M. back on May 21st, and he says he's earned approximately $400,000 in the last 6 months using this. He says $400,000 using these strategies in just 6 months. And so, you know, these types of results that I've just shared, they may not be the same for everybody, right? There's no guarantee that you'll get the same results. I'm not here today saying that you're gonna make $400,000 in 6 months collecting these Liberty checks. But those are the types of gains that have been possible, and those are the types of emails that we get from folks who've used this. So I want to tell you right now about a Liberty check that's open right now. We're very excited about this. There's a Liberty check that's available right now if you act before 4 p.m. That's in just 3 hours and 11 minutes to make your move on this. Before we do that, though, Steve, I want you to share with folks the names of a couple of companies that are on what we call your watch list. So let's walk folks through a couple of companies on the watch list. These are companies that have not yet announced a Liberty check, but that you're expecting could issue a Liberty check here in the very near future. So can you walk us through these two companies, Steve? I know you had two that you wanted to share.
Yeah, one is, you mentioned it's done it in the past. We expect it to do it in the near future, and that's TransDigm Group. They're an aerospace parts manufacturer, and Costco is a name I'm sure everybody's familiar with. We expect them to issue a Liberty check in the near future again.
So again, that's TransDigm is TDG, right?
Right, and again, it's a leading provider of aircraft parts. Great company. I mean, they really rule the roost. Their business, wide economic mode. You have to jump through so many hoops to get airline parts regulated or certified. So they really own their business. They make money hand over fist, high operating margins, tons of free cash flow, a history of recurring Liberty check payments. In fact, 2017, they paid almost $2.6 billion in Liberty checks, and they have a history of paying, having to go around paying them about five of the past 6 years. We expect that to be ramped up to 6 for 7.
Great, and so that's TransDigm. Tell us about Costco. I know this is one that you like as well.
Yeah, Costco. Everybody's familiar with them. They rule the large warehouse type shopping experience, persistent sales growth. They're starting to sell a lot online too. I mean, that's been growing hand over fist to almost 28% just in June. Cash and cash equivalents total $7 billion. That's a important figure. The $7 billion level has instigated Liberty Check payments in the past. Costco could declare a Liberty Check of up to $12 per share before September.
Awesome. And so, Steve, both of these are in a special report that you have, right? It's the Liberty Check watch list.
Right. We have a list of companies in addition to these two that we've been following. We have a history. That watch list does have a history of hitting. Many that we follow do show up, do end up paying Liberty Checks.
Exactly. And so, speaking of which, let me take a minute to introduce people to today's Liberty Check. I know that's why a lot of folks are here. They'd love to earn more than $1,000 right here today with today's Liberty Check. So let me tell you about this right now. And I'm going to tell everyone a brief story to introduce this opportunity. Now, you guys may know this man. His name is David Bowie, and he was one of the most talented and highest earning musicians back in the day. And so back in 1997, Bowie needed cash. He wanted to buy out his manager who had some of the rights to his albums and his music catalog. And so he started working with a Wharton grad from the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, which is known to be the best business school in the country, many would argue. And so they worked together to create what they called Bowie bonds, okay? And it may sound unusual. You guys may have heard of this before, but Bowie essentially sold $55 million of bonds to the big investment company called Prudential, okay? A big insurance company and investment manager, okay? And so the way that this worked was that investors in those bonds earned 7.9% in annual income payments for 10 years, okay? And so Bowie essentially was leasing his record catalog, all of his albums, all of his songs, to bring in income. But he wanted all the money up front. And so he underwrote these Bowie bonds, which gave the bondholders the right to income payments from the leasing of his catalog, okay? And so it's really interesting because today we see a similar situation that's happening with something that I call a digital royalty trust, okay? And this company owns digital assets, including 200 million photos, over 10 million video clips. And it leases out these digital assets, and in exchange, it earns a ton of income. Okay, so just like Bowie leased out his songs so they could be played on the radio or used in a movie or things like that, this company is leasing out photos and videos. Okay, these digital assets, and it collects a royalty stream as a result of that. Now, last year, the company pulled in $557 million. $557 million in royalties. And this year, it's expected to be even better. It's going to be $634 million in royalty streams. Today, you have a chance to claim your share of the royalties with a one-time Liberty Check payment, because this company announced that they're making a one-time Liberty Check payment. It's available until August 13th. That's today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's important that you understand that there's a strict deadline here from the New York Stock Exchange. This isn't me telling you there's a deadline. This isn't, a fake deadline or anything like that. This is a strict deadline from the New York Stock Exchange. And what that means is that there won't be any extensions. There won't be any second chances. There won't be any exceptions for individuals. There won't be any of that because the New York Stock Exchange is in charge of this, not Ian Wyatt, not Steve Mosey, not Wyatt Investment Research. And so the deadline again is today, Monday, August 13th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's your chance to collect a $1,141 Liberty Check or potentially much, much more. So I'm personally planning to earn $1,141, and you can too. Now is your chance to do this, to claim this Liberty Check payment. And what's going to happen here is that Steve has agreed to send out an email with step-by-step instructions at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's in just 65 minutes from now. So you're going to get that email, and I'm going to tell you how to put your name on the list to get that email with the step-by-step instructions. Now, because you came to today's webinar, I know that you're looking for more income, and you're looking for consistent income every single month. Maybe you're like I was, where you're having some trouble to make ends meet. Maybe you need more cash to pay your medical bills, or to pay down your debt. Maybe you just want more income so that you can enjoy life and take your family on a cruise, or enjoy a fun weekend getaway, or spend money without dipping into your retirement savings. Now, maybe you've given up and you think it's impossible to multiply your income, but in the past hour, you've learned how these IRS-approved Liberty checks could be the solution. You've heard why Section 965 of the new tax code creates a windfall for these payouts. You've seen why this is the biggest gift from President Trump, and how corporate executives and wealthy investors, guys like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, how they're collecting these payouts. Plus, you've seen why Wall Street has been hiding these payments from you. Today, you have a chance to collect $1,287 every 22 days on average, including your first check today for $1,141. So my question for you is, how would you like to collect $1,287 every 22 days? If you'd like to, I want you to type in yes in all caps into questions right now. I'm going to prioritize you for a place to get this Liberty check alert. So give me a yes in all caps right now if you're excited about collecting $1,287 every 22 days. Now, for most folks, that's more than they collect from Social Security, and it could equal over $20,000 in extra income per year. How would that income change your life? I don't know about you, but $20,000 is a big deal for me. Plus, that's really just the start, because some folks are collecting $38,000 in 1 month. And you heard about Steven. He earned $400,000 in just 6 months. You could have the life that you want. You could have all the financial freedom that you deserve. You could have the retirement of your dreams. So I'm hoping that you'll embrace this opportunity right now. I'd like to just ask you 6 quick questions before we move on. My first question is, do you want more income every month? Do you need more income to pay the bills? Are you ready to collect a Liberty check every 22 days? Do you want to earn an extra $20,000 every year? Do you want to live a worry-free retirement? And are you ready to secure your financial future forever? If you're like I was, you're now at a crossroads. And there are really only 3 choices that you can make. Because let's face it, you can't unknow everything that you've learned today. You've learned about these Liberty checks. You've heard how they work. You can't unknow that. You can't forget about it. You're not going to go home and simply block this out of your mind. You can't do that. And so you really have 3 choices, okay? The first choice is that you can do nothing. You can literally do nothing. And you know that if you do nothing, nothing will change. You'll get the same results that you've been getting. The second thing is that you can keep doing exactly what you've already been doing, expecting a different result, okay? And we know that that's the definition of insanity, is to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So what is it that you've been doing to try to boost your income? Maybe you've been trying to earn 2 to 5% dividends from blue chip stocks. Maybe you've tried trading some complicated option strategies where you've lost money. Maybe you're waiting for the Federal Reserve to increase interest rates because that'll solve all your problems. Maybe you've been gambling with risky penny stocks. Maybe you've been trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, hoping that you'll catch the right trend and get rich overnight. You can keep doing all of that, or you can replace that with something new, to try something dramatically different that could change your financial fortunes forever. Now that you know that Liberty checks could be the solution, you've seen that this works for other folks just like you. So my question for you, now that you've heard about Liberty checks, you've seen how they've worked for other folks, and you're convinced that they could be the difference between continuing to get lackluster results or average results and earning a ton of income, my only question for you is, do you want a little help? Because Steve and I would love to help you out. We'd love to introduce you to the Liberty Check Quick Start package. This is the safest and easiest way to earn $1,570, $2,281, even $4,112 every 22 days. And you can start doing it right now. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain to you how this works, explain to you how to get on that alert list for today's Liberty Check payment. And then we're going to open this up for Q&A with Steve, and we'll stay around to answer questions, as many questions as you have. We're going to stick around to answer them. So this is all part of Steve's amazing Dividend Confidential, okay, which is designed to give you the complete insider Liberty Check trading solution, showing you exactly how to collect the biggest Liberty Check payouts, to consistently beat the markets. Simply put, this is the fastest way to pull an extra income every 22 days. And the best part is that first payment is happening right now. You'll immediately get an alert for your first Liberty Check payout of $1,141 today at 2 p.m. That's in just 59 minutes. So here's everything that Steve and I want to give you. We want to give you these dividend alerts, these Liberty Check alerts delivered. This will include the next alert, which could happen any day. You're going to get the Liberty Check Portfolio Manager at $997 value. You're going to get our special members only webinars. This is a $497 value. Every month, Steve will sit down with you and answer every single question that you have about Liberty Checks in the next payment. Plus, you'll get 12 monthly issues of Steve's Dividend Confidential, which is a $997 value, plus Platinum Concierge Service by my team right here in Vermont. So the total value of this package, folks, is $8,485. But we also have a bonus package, and this is only available to the first 50 people. And I'll be honest, we have 931 people in this webinar right now. 931 people in this webinar. This bonus package is only available to the first 50. So first of all, Steve is going to send you the Liberty Check profit plan for collecting $760 to $4,101 payouts. This walks you through his complete strategy plan, how it works, gives you all the history and everything you need to know in order to get involved. This is a $997 value. We're going to send it to you absolutely free today. Secondly, we're going to give you the complete guide to collecting Liberty Checks. This is a how-to user manual. Again, gives you step-by-step instructions, gives you all the terms, all the knowledge, everything that you need to know. A great reference for every single Liberty Check that'll be coming out. That alone is a $497 value. Plus, he's going to send you his 2018 Liberty Check watch list. Outlines 24 payouts in the coming months. You could line up your payments every 22 days. This is the easiest way to collect Liberty Checks. So here's where you need to go right now, folks. Get on over to www.secretpayout.com. Again, www.secretpayout.com is the website. We have 930 people in the webinar room right now. We were 100% full for most of the webinar with 1,000 people. Right now, only the first 50 people are going to get access to this. Only the first 50 people are going to get access to this special offer right now. But you got to open up your web browser and go to www.secretpayout.com to claim your spot right now. Only 50 out of 930 people are going to get access. So again, first 50 only are going to get access to all of these bonuses, all of the free reports that we're throwing in here today. Again, www.secretpayout.com is the website. Wow, we got 29 people on the website, only 50 spots available, folks. Again, www.secretpayout.com. I'm going to type this in here to chat. Go here now. www.secretpayout.com is the website. Get on over there right now. Wow, now that we have 35 people on the website, 35 people on the website, folks. Get on over there, secretpayout.com. You're going to get everything. Remember, today's alert is only available until 4 p.m. today. Only available until 4 p.m. today. That means if you wait until 4:01 p.m. today, you will miss out on today's Liberty Check. And there's not a darn thing that I can do to help you. There's not anything that Steve can do to help you. So we want to put these reports in your hands. And most importantly, we want to put that alert in your hands because that alert is coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern time. My team has set up the email. It's going out right now. We'll also send it to you in a text message alert if you'd like. But what you need to do is you need to be on the website, www.secretpayout.com. Wow, we have 105 people on the website now, 105 people on the website, but only 50 spots available. Only 50 people can claim this package valued at $2,491. You can download these right now, and your name will automatically be added to the Liberty Check alert list. Wow, 132 people on the website now, Steve. This is pretty amazing. Wow, well, Steve, think about it, 132. Only about 1 in 3 people is going to get access to this because we only have 50 spots available. Wow, and I just got a message, Steve. Steve, 192 people are on the website. Do you believe that, Steve? Isn't that crazy?
We're going to blow up the internet here.
We're going to blow up the internet. Get on the website before the website crashes, folks. Because with this type of traffic, I wouldn't be surprised if our website goes down and you could miss out entirely on this. So you just open up your web browser, or I'm going to give you a phone number too. Call us at 888-875-1960. Again, 888-875-1960. You can give us a call too if you like. I typed that into chat. I've also posted the website there. A quick reminder, you're not going to do a Google search for this. Instead of typing in like www.google.com, I want you to type in www.secretpayout.com. So that's actually www.secretpayout.com. It's up on your screen right here. And wow, see, we now have 248 people on the website. Wow, this is amazing. And Steve, honestly, I'm surprised, but I'm not that surprised, because when you get emails like this who says, I like your Div Confidential, I've earned approximately $400,000 in your picks in the last 6 months, it really tells you that some folks out there are getting incredibly wealthy using these strategies. So again, let's run through what we're going to give people. You're going to get the Liberty Check alerts. This includes the next alert, which is happening today. You're going to get that alert at 2 p.m. Eastern time, $3,997 value. You're going to get the Portfolio Manager, okay? Portfolio Manager lets you track every single position, lets you see every single trade, tick by tick. You'll see what's going on in the portfolio, 100% transparency. Every month, you'll meet with Steve in a small webinar room, typically with 30 or 40 people, to talk about what's going on with Liberty Checks, talk about upcoming payments, talk about current trades, talk about how to make the most money using these strategies. Fourth, you're going to get 12 monthly issues of Dividend Confidential, where Steve will present a new Liberty Check opportunity every single month. Some months, there are even 2 or 3 opportunities that will come across your desk, all of which will give you big profit potential. Finally, you're going to get Platinum Concierge service by my team here in Vermont. We're located just outside of Burlington, Vermont. This isn't some outsourced call center halfway around the world. You'll be talking with my team. They're right here in my office, just down the hall from me. And you'll be supported by my team answering every single question every step of the way. Plus, you're going to get that Liberty Check Quick Start trading package, which is a $2,491 value. So when we add it all up, folks, we're talking about $10,976 in value. Right now, this is what we want to give you. You need to go to www.secretpayout.com or pick up the phone. Pick up the phone right now and call 888-875-1960. You'll know you're in the right place when you go to my website, because it says collect your $1,141 Liberty Check on August 14th. You'll scroll down, you'll enter in this form, you'll enter in your information, and just click the green button, and boom, you're off to the races. Now, you'll notice that our website has a secure site certificate. Basically, this means our website is secure SSL encryption by GoDaddy. Basically means your information is protected and safe. Now, I do want to let you know that this is backed up with our extra long 12-month performance guarantee. And wow, I just got a message here. Wow, Steve, I'm going to tell folks about this guarantee in a minute, but wow, I got to thank all of the new members who are literally pouring in. Ron is in. Charles King, you're in. Sandra Lockett, you're in. Jay Stein, Charles Danielson, welcome aboard. Sean Coe, thank you. Susan Fiore, welcome. Lee Rigg, thank you. I have another person here who doesn't have a name associated with this, but Patricia, you're in as well. Wow, I just got a message from our team. See, we're breaking records right and left. 292 people on the website. Wow, I'm surprised the website hasn't crashed yet, because we've never seen this type of traffic to the website before. And again, we've already enrolled. Looks like we've enrolled 9 members right now. Only 50 spots are available, so we only have 41 spots available. And the alert is going out in just 50 minutes. The alert's going out in just 50 minutes, folks. So again, this is backed up with our extra long 12-month performance guarantee. That means we're going to shoulder all the risk. You can try Steve's Dividend Confidential. Give it a complete test drive over the next 12 months instead of the usual 90 days. And if we don't give you a chance, a total income of 100% will work for free. We'll give you an extra year of membership at no cost whatsoever. Again, here's the website, www.secretpayout.com. Again, www.secretpayout.com. Get on over to the website and join Richard, who just joined us, David, who just joined us. Welcome aboard. Again, www.secretpayout.com. We're going to open up the Q&A session here in just a minute. I do want to let you know this also, in addition to the 12-month performance guarantee, includes a 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. And that satisfaction guarantee means that if at any time in the next 90 days you don't like what you see, simply call my team and we'll give you a credit towards any other research from Wyatt Investment Research. So again, this is backed up with that 100% satisfaction guarantee. So either way, you'll be 100% protected. Now, I do want to let you know that we're also doing something special associated with this webinar, and that's that we're going to give you 3 years of free access. We're going to give you 3 years of free access, which is a $5,985 value. Again, let's take a look. You're going to get the alerts. You're going to get the portfolio manager, the members-only webinars, the 12 monthly issues, the Liberty Check trading quick start package, plus 3 years free, folks. Total value is $16,961. And you can see why that makes sense, right? It makes sense for business owners and engineers and doctors and lawyers and other professionals. It makes sense for full-time traders who are looking for trading ideas and retirees like my parents who are simply looking for more income. Now, it works for all these people. And I'll be honest, when Steve and I developed this, we said we really do have 2 choices. The first choice is to go as cheaply as possible, simply enroll a lot of members. But we knew that really wouldn't incentivize us to stack on the value or to be able to add things like the active alerts that are so crucial with something like this. The second option, it requires a slightly higher investment on your part, but in exchange, we can devote far more resources to help set you up for success. And so my question for you is this: if all this did was make your investing more profitable, would it be worth it? What if this gave you a structure to actually make your money work for you, pay you good income? Would it be worth it? What if you could generate an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, like so many folks who've tried these Liberty Checks? Would it be worth it for you? What's it worth for you to be able to collect all these Liberty Checks? What's 1 year worth? $5,000, $10,000, maybe even $25,000? How much money would you be willing to pay to earn $1,200 every 22 days? How much do you pay for that? You got to remember, folks like John said he was a bit skeptical due to the high price, but he finally saw the light. And within a couple months, he made $11,000 in profits. Now, you can probably understand why others would pay as much as $3,997 only to get the alerts. And you can see why that's actually probably a pretty good deal, because in the first month and a half, on average, they would earn that back in Liberty Checks, okay? Now, the price here for the general public is $2,997. But because you're in this webinar, because you're here today, we're doing something special. We're pulling out all the stops, and we're opening this up right now. So you're going to get 4 years of access for just $1,495 when you go to www.secretpayout.com. We also have a standard 1 year plan available for just $995. So you can get started for less than $1,000. The first Liberty Check payment would cover the entire cost of a 1 year membership, or it would cover over two thirds of the cost of the 4 year membership with just today's first Liberty Check payment. Get on over to the website, folks. Join Peter Green, who just joined us. Peter, welcome aboard. Kevin, you're on board. So is Patty. Welcome aboard, Patty. Get on over to the website, folks. Now's the time to do it. I just got a message. We have 251 people on the website. We've already enrolled 15 new members. That means we have 35 spots left. I know we're sending out an email at 11:30 Eastern time. We had over 8,000 people register. We had 1,000 people here. The 7,000 people who got locked out of the webinar, they're going to be invited into this very special offer in just 15 minutes. And I want to make sure that because you took the time to show up, because you set aside time in your schedule, I want to make sure that you are prioritized. I want to make sure that we prioritize the people who are in this webinar right now, and make sure that you have a chance to get in before anybody else, because right now is truly the best time to get started collecting these Liberty Checks consistently month after month. So remember, the average Liberty Check payment will essentially pay for the entire first year of membership. Again, the average Liberty Check payment is $1,287, more than enough to cover your entire first year. And you're not just going to get 1 year of these Liberty Checks, though. You're going to get 4 years of regular payouts every 22 days on average. And if you think about it like this, you guys are in the markets, you're focused on investing. I always like to think in terms of return on investment. What's the return on my investment? If I make the investment right now for $995 for 1 year of access, what's the return on that investment? Well, today you could collect over $1,141. Think about that. You collect $1,141. That pays for your entire membership. And now for the next 12 months, you're going to be getting these alerts every 22 days on average. There is no better program out there for earning safe and consistent income. Now, to even sweeten the deal, what we're going to do is we're going to give you an extra bonus. We're going to send you the Liberty Check briefcase. I'm going to tell you about the briefcase, and then I'm going to open this up for the Q&A. The briefcase includes some amazing bonuses. It includes the 2 special reports, the latest watch list, includes a flash drive with special reports and 2 members-only training videos. So you're going to get this briefcase. It's only available with the premium membership. I'm going to give it to you today. So again, you got to get on the website right now. You got to select the premium membership if you want in. Right now is the time to do it. Right now is the time to do it. So again, get on over to the website, www.secretpayout.com. And Steve, I have a fast action bonus that I was thinking about telling folks about. Should we do that, and then we'll get over to the Q&A session? How does that sound to you? Are you there, Steve?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that going.
Great. And are you seeing a lot of questions in there, Steve? Because I know we have hundreds of people still here. I mean, I'm really amazed by the turnout.
Matter of fact, that's what I was preoccupied doing, seeing what's on our attendees' minds here.
Yeah, great. So let's do that. I know we're getting flooded. I know we're getting flooded with questions here. So we see all the questions, and we'll answer them here in just 1 minute. I'm going to tell folks about what we call a fast action bonus, which is something special that we're going to do. And see, tell me if you see this clock. Is that clock showing up on your screen right now?
Yeah, I see it.
Great. So I'm going to tell folks about this fast action bonus, and then we'll answer questions. And again, we have an email going out to 7,000 people who couldn't be at this webinar. That's going out at 1:30. That's in just 13 minutes. So again, I want to encourage folks, get on over to the website. If you're not on the website right now, you're going to be locked out. Or pick up the phone and call. Jake and Shasaya, they're in my office. So is Ashley. They're off the phone right now. They're waiting for your call. So pick up the phone. Just pick up your phone right now. I want you to dial 888-875-1960. Again, 888-875-1960. I want you to pick up that phone right now and call because they're standing by. They can answer your questions. They can get you enrolled on the phone. They can help you out, help answer any questions that you have about this payout that's going out right now. Deadline is 4 p.m. Eastern. That's a New York Stock Exchange deadline. It's not my deadline. David Smith, you're in. John Marino, you're in. Things are filling up very quickly here, folks. Wow, and we got tons of traffic on the website. So get on over to the website, www.secretpayout.com. I'm going to tell you about this special bonus that we have. And for everybody who has already enrolled, you're going to get this gift. This is something extra, but I'm going to give it to you right now. So here's the deal. This is what we call a fast action bonus. It's only available for folks who've already enrolled or join us in the next 20 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to do something special. Steve has another research and alert service called the Millionaires Retirement Club. It's focused on millionaire income strategies, but the best part is you don't need to be rich. You don't need to be a millionaire to use these strategies. And the service is focused on researching those opportunities and bringing them to your attention. Now, the Millionaires Retirement Club is pretty exclusive. In fact, we haven't done a formal invitation to the service in over 6 months. And so it's super exclusive. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you free access for 60 days. So it's normally $2,950. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up right now. And I'm going to give you 60 days of free access at no cost whatsoever, no strings attached. So when you join me in the next 20 minutes, you're going to get that. Now, you're probably saying, well, what is the Millionaires Retirement Club? Well, it's focused on a quiet corner market, it's a secret corner of the market that's paying out millions each month. Bill Gates loves using these. So do regular Americans. There are 5 red hot income plays that Steve has outlined. He wants to share with you these investments right now. He's also going to show you what he calls his alpha scores, which is a magic formula for identifying the best income plays for earning 2 times, 5 times, even 10 times more income. So these are all the reports that you're going to get right here. You can see them right here. You're going to get the Millionaires Retirement Club. First 5, you're going to get how to easily spot 10x income plays, plus the Insider's Guide to the Millionaire's Secret Stock Market. You're going to get all of these bonuses absolutely free. These are bonus reports. Normally, we charge hundreds of dollars for these. You're going to get them absolutely free right now when you get on over to my website. So here we go, Steve. I'm going to click the countdown clock. Can you see it right now? Is it up on your screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Here we go. So the countdown clock, is it counting down?
It's counting down.
Perfect. Counting down, folks. So we have 20 minutes right now. George Sullivan just joined us. George, you're in. You're getting fast action. Anybody who joins us right now, I'm going to enroll you in fast action. When you select the premium plan, we're going to send you the briefcase. So it really is the best time to get on over to the website. So with that, let's get over to the question and answers. Steve, I have a question here from David who says he doesn't live in the United States. You have to be an American citizen to earn these Liberty checks.
No, you don't. If you can buy shares of companies listed on U.S. stock exchanges, then you can go ahead and you can collect these Liberty checks. It's not just for U.S. citizens.
Excellent. Let's see.
I saw one by somebody, they didn't have their name, but they had a question that occurs from time to time. Do we use options with this? No, we don't use options. We don't use any options. We don't use any leverage. We keep it simple. We keep it so anybody can do this. We keep it safe.
Excellent. So no options, nothing risky like that, right? I mean, this is totally simple. It's not like a leveraged product or something where, you might earn the Liberty check or you might lose 90% of your investment. Because I see some crazy stuff out there on the internet, right? So it's nothing like that.
No, it's not. It's straightforward. This is something. If you can buy a share of a stock, that's all you can do this. You can exploit this opportunity.
Excellent. Let's see. Here we go. I'm looking here. Let's see. Probably 888. If someone here is having trouble getting on the phone, I'm going to give you my local number too. 802-448-4881 is my local number. I'm going to post this in chat because it looks like some people are having trouble getting through on the phone. So I've posted both our 800 number as well as my local number, which you can call. Let's see. Are these considered the same or just like Powell transfer payments? I don't know what that is, Steve. A Powell transfer payment? I don't know what that is. You?
Yeah, I don't know what a Powell transfer payment is, but something tells me they're probably not alike. I'm not sure what that is. I don't want to say no for sure, but since I don't know what a Powell transfer payment is, I can't answer that.
Okay. So I have a question here. Someone, their name says fellow investor, and it says, okay, I see. What if I don't receive a check? Well, if you take action right now and you get enrolled and you sign up for the Liberty check before 4 p.m. today, so you only have 2 hours and 37 minutes, you'll be on the list to receive that check. And I've done this before. I've seen these payments. I've gotten these as personally. I've gotten these payments in the past. So certainly I know that this is very real. Let's see. After the webinar, can someone show me how to get started? Yes. Give us a call.
Well, as a matter of fact, next week I'm going to be hosting one of our members only webinars. So we'll get that out early next week, send something out later this week, and get it on the schedule hopefully sometime next week if we can. I don't want to confirm any dates yet because I have to check with people first to see what our schedule looks like. But I'm sure we'll be able to get one at least next week, and you can attend and you have all your questions answered. It's an intimate atmosphere. So.
Great. Looks like I mistyped the number. The correct number is 888-875-1960. I had a 9 in there when I typed it in the chat. So again, it's 888-875-1960 is the number to call. Again, it's up on your screen right now. Again, 888-875-1960. Sorry about that. I mistyped that in. You know how it is, Steve. I'm so busy talking. I'm so busy typing. I just got one digit off.
Got some fat fingering going on, huh?
I don't know. I mean, some other companies getting these calls with people saying they want to collect the Liberty checks. They're probably very confused right now about what's going on. So my apologies, everyone, about that. Let's see. I'm typing. Sorry. 802. I'm also giving you my local number. 802-448-4881 is my local number. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm enrolled. Call me if you're not sure you're enrolled. 802-448-4881. Can I use this like a savings plan? Do you think you could use this like a savings plan?
Yeah, it's more of an investing plan. I don't know if you'd call it a savings plan because I don't know what your definition of a savings plan. If you're thinking of it as being a bank savings account, it's not like that, but it's a way of making income. I think of it more as a wealth building program. I don't know if you'd call it a savings program.
Yeah, I mean, different people have defined that differently. It's not like a CD or something like that.
No.
And Steve, tell us, you're sending out an alert at 2 p.m. That's
right.
In just 35
minutes. Yes.
Tell us what's included in the alert. Like if someone is on the fence, they're saying, well, I'm interested, but it sounds complicated. I know there's a deadline here. I'm just not sure if I have time to do this. does the alert give them enough information that they could easily do this, even if they've never collected a Liberty check before?
Yeah, it does. We go through it. You have a course of action you want to do today, and there's also something else that occurs tomorrow that's part of that alert too. So there really are two different opportunities here. So keep that in mind, and that's going to be explained in the alert too. If you're worried about time of the essence, I mean, time is today to collect the Liberty check. That's not the only profit opportunity, though. That's something to keep in mind. There's another way to profit that I include in the alert. So just something to think about.
Excellent. Let's see. Missed the beginning of the webinar. This is a question from Gary Reader. Missed the beginning of the webinar. Is this something that happens regularly, no matter who the president is? And we've talked about how this year's a record year. But can you talk to Gary a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, what comes up, what we say, like every 22 days on average. I don't know what that works out to a year or so. We look at having, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 a month we've had, 5 a month we've had. It depends. It comes in spurts sometimes. We don't know. As we mentioned earlier, we don't exactly know when a Liberty check is going to materialize, when it's going to come to market, when one's going to be declared. It's an unusual event, as we talked about earlier. It's either a reorganization, again, a sudden windfall. Companies all of a sudden realizing, hey, we got to get extra cash off the books. So we don't really have a schedule, but the thing is, you have to be alert, you have to be prepared, and that's one thing we pride ourselves on. We're alert and prepared.
Yeah, and I mean, these Liberty checks happen every 22 days. Okay, so basically we're talking about every 22 days. We're talking about 16 to 17 of them per year. So one of the things that I know a lot of folks love about this is that these Liberty checks, they don't require like an active trading strategy. You don't need to be like a day trader sitting at a computer from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. I was talking with my parents about this over the weekend because they were over for a barbecue and they're saying, well, what are you up to this weekend? I'm talking about these Liberty checks, and for folks like them, it works out great because my dad doesn't want to day trade stocks. He doesn't want to learn how to trade options. He doesn't want to do anything complicated. He wants to just earn more income, okay? And so that's what's beautiful about these is that it's so simple. You can do it in any old brokerage account. You don't need any special forms or special approvals. You don't need to have a big account. You can get started with a couple $100. And it's simple, right? You're going to make 1 or 2 trades a month on average and collect big income. What could be better? I mean, it's the simplest thing out there. And again, I want to remind folks, we have 11 minutes left on Fast Action. Apparently the phones have just been slammed absolutely nonstop. And so, Janice says, I can't get to you by phone or internet. So Janice, go here now. www.secretpayout.com or call 802-448-4881. That's my local number, Janice. So just click that link. Janice, here's the thing. Type that into the URL bar. Instead of typing in like www.yahoo.com or typing in www.google.com, just type in www.secretpayout.com. It's up on your screen. You're not going to do like a Google search for this. You're going to type that in like that's the address of the website that you're going to. So Janice, let me know if that helps and if you can get through there. Pick up the phone and call. My team is standing by. And is anyone else having trouble getting through on the phone? If you're having trouble getting through on the phone and you want someone on my team to call you back, just go to GoToWebinar Control Panel, go to questions, and type in your first name and your phone number. Again, we have 2.5 hours before the New York Stock Exchange deadline, and so we're sort of under the gun right now. There's limited time available. So you have to act right now if you want to get in. Again, I just got a message from my team. They just sent out that email to the 7,000 people who signed up for the webinar or were trying to be here but couldn't get in because our software is limited to 1,000 people. So once we hit 1,000 people in the webinar room, it starts turning people away, saying the webinar room is full. Please try again later. And so that happened today. And so as a result of that, we have 7,000 people who may have been trying to get into the webinar room, but for one reason or another couldn't log in, who may be looking to get in. So we just sent an email to them. And I just got a message. Our website traffic is just through the roof right now. And wow. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be pretty, Steve, I think the final spots are going to be filled up very, very quickly. George Sullivan, you're in. So is Gary Reeder. So is, let's see here. So is David Smith. So is John. So is Patty, you're in. Kevin, we got you. Peter, you're in. Vincent, you're in. Welcome aboard, Vincent. So, wow, and we're getting, I got lots of people here with Janice. I got your phone number. Someone else gave me a phone number with 602. You got to give me your name. We don't know your name otherwise. Just says fellow investor next to you. Sharina, we got you. Pravin, we got you. Kathleen, I got your number. Someone else here says they can't connect. Jay, please confirm the web address. Yeah, the web address. It's up on the screen, secretpayout.com. just click that link. Click here. Get on over to the website, folks. That alert, Steve, that alert's going out at the top of the hour, right? 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 28 minutes, right, Steve?
That's right.
Wow, sorry. Yeah, man.
Top of the time flies.
Yeah, and I told you that I'm personally doing this. I'm personally going to be waiting for Steve's email. When I get that alert, I'm going to open it and I'm going to act upon it myself. And when I'm going to go ahead and do this in my own personal account because I want to collect $1,141. So if you want to be on the list and get that email when it comes in, I need you on the website at www.secretpayout.com or pick up the phone and call 888-875-1960. Pick up the phone and call. We're very busy right now. We're opening up another phone line here. We're going to do this. Let's open up another phone line here. I'm going to give you another phone line that you can call. You can call 866-447-8625. I'm opening up a new phone line here, which will give you, we have a couple more team members who are standing by and can help you. If you call that number, they can help you as well. So we've added 2 more team members into the phone because apparently we're backed up. That my client success team, apparently they have 21 calls in the queue of people just on hold waiting. And so I just posted another phone number here. I put it into chat. So if you go to chat, you'll see it there. I'm going to say it very, very slowly 2 times right now. So if you want to pick up the phone and call this number, we have a couple more team members who are standing by. So it's 866-447-8625. Again, 866-447-8625. You can call that number and we'll get you enrolled right away. So get on over to the website, folks. That's the easiest way. Or pick up the phone and call. Time is of the essence because in 26 minutes that alert's going out. Let's see. I have Pravin. He says, I would like to talk with Steve Mosey if possible. Pravin, go ahead. If you have a question for Steve, I want you to post your question right here. We'll be certain to answer your question right now. Steve standing by. Steve, you're here. You'd love to talk with Pravin, right?
Yeah. If he's got a question, I'll be more than happy to answer it.
Great. Great. Let's see. 866. I'm typing this to someone else who's asking me for the number. 866-447-8625 is another number that you can try right now. Harry, open a new browser window. Open a new browser window. Don't close out of the webinar, Harry. You want to stay in the webinar here because we can answer your questions. We can help support you. Don't leave the webinar. Just go to, in your web browser, go to File, New Browser Window, or New Browser tab, and that'll give you a new window that you can use. So let's see. Wow, Steve. I mean, I'm looking through the questions here, looking for ones that have been flagged. Do the alerts include the minimum number of days that you have to be involved before you collect the Liberty check? Does it include that information?
Yeah, I'll include the dates. I'll tell you, I'll give all the pertinent dates, the pertinent amounts, what you need, so to ensure that you don't miss your payments. So yeah, that's all included in the alert when the alert's sent out.
Great. Let's see here.
I saw one from one of our attendees. It was asking about, is this, we've talked about Trump and taxes, but it's not they're asking, is this dependent on who the president is? No, it's not. It just so happened that The tax reforms that occurred, he instigated, but you always have to remember the president doesn't pass tax legislation. It actually, the way it works, it originates in the House. They're the ones who do it, and then it goes through the Senate, and then the president signs off. I know a lot of times he'll be the bully pulpit for it, but the reality is these changes didn't occur because of Trump. They occurred in the House of Representatives.
Right, and Ronald, you're in. Ronald Carlisle, we got you. You're in. And we have 4 minutes left on Fast Action. 4 minutes left on Fast Action. Let me remind you, folks, this is what you're going to get when you get Fast Action. You're going to get the Millionaires Retirement Club. You're going to get this package right here of bonus reports, back issues. We haven't opened this up in at least 6 months. You're going to get access to this. Normally, it is $2,950 for a year. You're going to get 60 days absolutely free when you get on over to www.secretpayout.com. But you got to be on that website here within the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now is the time to grab your spot right now, folks. Now is the time to grab your spot. We have only 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, folks. Now, look, on these webinars, and Steve and I do these webinars every month. We host a webinar like this. And on these webinars, there are really two types of people that tend to show up in my experience. The first is that there are some people who are just coming here because they want some free investment ideas. They just want some free advice. They want to get the names of a couple stocks and that's it. They'll come, they'll learn a little bit, and then they go away and they don't take action. And then there are people like us, okay, people like you and people like me who are committed to results. People who aren't satisfied with average results, people who want to earn more than 3 or 5%, people who aren't satisfied with a 7% return per year like you might get in S&P 500, people who don't want to miss out, people who are ready to embrace new strategies, people who are willing to admit that maybe there's a better way to invest for income. And I know you're that type of person because I'll be honest with you, you've been with me for an hour and a half now. You've been here with Steve for an hour and a half. I know that you're committed to getting better results. And Steve and I are ready to help you. But we can only help you if you're willing to take that next step. And that next step starts with you getting on my website or picking up the phone. It's that simple. You got to be able to pick up the phone or get on the website. If you're unable or unwilling to go to www.secretpayout.com, or if you can't pick up the phone and call 802-448-4881, then Steve and I can't help you because we can only help people who are willing and able and interested in taking that next step right now. You have a minute and 30 seconds, folks. A minute and 30 seconds, folks, on the Fast Action. Now, I don't want you to make an expensive mistake. You know, you may be thinking, well, $995 is a lot of money for some research. Let me tell you why not acting now could be the most expensive mistake you ever make. Here's how it works. First, you're going to lose money on future bad investments, meaning that you're going to make other investments that simply don't work out. The second is that you could miss out on opportunities, right? You're going to miss out on opportunities, including the $1,141 payment today that you could collect by 4 p.m., plus additional payouts every 22 days. And third, and perhaps most importantly, more important than the other two, is that you'll lose time because Steve and I have spent hundreds of hours creating this strategy. And if you simply try to do this on your own, it's going to take you countless hours to try to replicate this. And time is the most valuable asset in the world, right? Once you've used your time, you'll never get it back. It's gone, right? It never gets replenished. Unlike money, it'll never get replenished. So right now, you're at a crossroads, folks. You have a choice to make. Do you want to invest your time doing this, or do you want to let us work for you? Steve and I are ready to work for you, but you need to get on the website right now. Fast Action is closed here in just 10 seconds, folks. Just 10 seconds, and then Fast Action is closed. Get on over to www.secretpayout.com or pick up the phone and call. You have 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second left. Okay, the clock is now at 0. Fast Action is officially closed. Those of you who are on hold on the phone will honor the Fast Action for you. So if you join us here, if you stay on hold and you wait and talk with my team members, we'll honor the Fast Action. For folks who are on the website, if you finish up that website form right now, we're going to honor Fast Action for you as well. The clock is ticking down though, folks. We literally have what, Steve, 19 minutes your email's going out? Is that when that email's happening?
Yep, 19 minutes. Time's a
Wow.
wasting.
Yeah. So, again, the email's going to come out at 2 o'clock, and you'll have then 2 hours until that New York Stock Exchange deadline hits. You'll have 2 hours. So, this isn't something that's going to take you a ton of time. I'll be honest, Steve, when I get that email from you at 2 p.m., I'm expecting that it'll probably take me 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to get enrolled for that Liberty Check. Does that seem like a fair amount of time, or you think it's too little or too much?
No, you could. I mean, you could read through the text. It's not a long dissertation. Really concise on everything. It's not too long. Run through it in 5 to 10 minutes, and there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. I have more people trying to get out on the phone. 8625. I'm giving people more phone numbers. We have 3 phone numbers now that I'm posting now. So yeah, and again, I'll get the email. I can probably read through it in 2 minutes. And maybe to roll and takes me another 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, we're not talking about a lengthy process, right?
Right. No,
Yeah,
we're not. Not a lengthy process.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Let's see. It says the phone number is already being used. I'm not sure what that means, but or call 866-447. Usually people like to just go to the website, but for some reason today people want to call, and I've getting so many people who want to call in. Let's see. Can I do this through a brokerage account under my 401k? Yes, you can. You can do this in a 401k. Great question. Does this replace or cancel out Social Security? That's a good question.
No, it doesn't. You don't have to. It's not going to cancel out your Social Security. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking here at questions. Jump in here if you see someone asking, Steve. Does this have anything to do with marijuana stocks? This has nothing to do with marijuana stocks, right, Steve?
No, it's no marijuana stocks.
No marijuana stocks.
Yeah, unless they're to the point where they're going to start issuing Liberty checks, then maybe
that could happen. That could happen.
That could happen. You never know.
That
So
could happen.
I mean, we don't put barriers up. If it's a good company and sound business structure, as we mentioned before, meets our 7-point criteria we ran through, then we'll definitely consider if it's a marijuana stock. I don't expect it though, to be honest, because these are all kind of newbie type companies.
Great. And so, Steve, I know some folks are probably here and they're saying, well, maybe it seems like there's just not enough time because it's happening so quickly. Maybe I'll just get the next one. What do you say to people? You say, maybe I'll do this tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it next week.
Well, what happens when you procrastinate? It usually doesn't lead to good things. I think it's good to get on board to see what we've got, what the opportunity is. I mean, I can't say when the next opportunity is going to materialize after this one. Could be tomorrow. It could be the end of the week. It could be the end of next week. I just don't know. And if you're fence sitting and thinking, well, I'll do this and I'll wait, and you end up waiting. When you wait, you miss. I mean,
Right.
it all comes down to action. For anything in life to happen, you have to take action. There is no waiting your way to success. I mean, that's the only way I can put it.
Great. And so again, folks, get on over the website, www.secretpayout.com. Now really is the best time. And, I like to say, a lot of folks here, are probably here and they're thinking, this sounds great, but it sounds expensive. It sounds expensive. And, I just want to talk a little bit about disposable income, right? Because everybody has it, right? Whether you have a job, whether you're on Social Security, it really doesn't matter. Everybody gets paid, right? And so maybe it's your Social Security check once a month. Maybe it's a payment, from your employer, a paycheck. But everybody gets paid. And after we pay all the bills, we pay the electric bill, we pay the mortgage, we pay the car payment, pay the insurance. After all of those expenses, we all have some money left over, right? And that's what we call disposable income. And we have lots of choices of what we can use that disposable income for, right? Some people will use it to buy a new TV. Some people will use it, to go out for a fancy dinner, or take their family to the movies. Other people will use it for a weekend getaway, right? or maybe just save it, right? So people use that money for one thing or another. And I'm not asking you to go into debt to join us at Dividend Confidential. I'm not asking you to do that. I don't want you to take out a loan. I don't want you to, avoid paying your electric bill to join us at Dividend Confidential. What I'm asking you to do is to think about taking some of that disposable income, money that you're going to spend on something anyways, and instead of spending it on something that you're going to enjoy just once, I'm asking for you to make an investment in yourself. I'm asking for you to make an investment because the money that you put in is going to help you earn more money. Have you guys ever read Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad? In it, Robert explains the difference between assets and liabilities, okay? And Robert grew up in a poor family. He grew up in a family that didn't have a lot of money, and that's why he calls the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, is because his best friend, grew up in a rich family and got to see the habits of both the rich people and poor people. And that's why he called it Rich Dad Poor Dad. And in it, he talks about how poor people buy liabilities. They buy cars, they buy boats, they take out loans to buy things that go down in value. Meanwhile, rich people, they buy assets. They make investments that grow in value. And that's what I'm asking for you to do today. I'm asking for you to make an investment. Take some of that disposable income that you're going to spend anyways and make an investment in your future. Because Steve and I are ready to make an investment in your future. We're ready to help you collect that first Liberty Check payment. But you have to get on the website. If you're not on the website right now, folks, there's very little that we can do to help you. And in 13 minutes, that alert's going out. And it's all about this amazing opportunity, folks. It's all about this amazing opportunity to collect these huge Liberty Checks, including the first one. And I don't know about you, but Steve, collecting, over $1,000, collecting this check for $1,141, that's a lot of money for a lot of folks. And I want to make sure that more folks are able to put this money in their pocket starting today. And, I know that, Steve, at 5 o'clock tonight, as my office is closing, we close here at 5 o'clock East Coast time. 5 o'clock, we'll be closing the office. And I would be willing to bet dollars to donuts, Steve. We're getting phone calls from folks who are saying, hey, can I get that Liberty Check? And the answer is going to be no. It's going to be no. And it's not because we're not being helpful or we don't want to help people out. It's going to be because there's a New York Stock Exchange deadline. And I don't know about you, Steve, but I can't call up the New York Stock Exchange and ask them to change this deadline. Can you do that? Is that within your powers?
I can call, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to listen to me. So
they're not going to listen to you.
I can make the call, but it's not going to do any good.
Right. So the New York Stock Exchange, they're not going to change this deadline, right? Under any circumstance. That deadline is not going to change. And so folks who are here in the webinar room, and we have hundreds of people still here, you have two choices, right? It's either you're going to wait until after 4 o'clock and then you're going to call the office or go on the website and you're going to realize that it's just too late. Now, the good news is there will be another payment, and it could happen any day now, right? These payments happen every 22 days on average. Chances are we're going to have another one of these within the next week. So there could be another payment here any day now.
But if you're not on the list, you're going to miss that too.
Yeah, but if you're not in, you're going to miss that one too. So it gets worse, right? It doesn't get better. Right. And so, I think, Steve, folks just have to make a decision, right? If they're committed to earning more income, there's no better opportunity than Liberty Checks because I don't know, Steve, I don't know about you. Have you ever tried like trading options? You ever tried that?
No, I don't do options. It's beyond my bailiwick, beyond my circle of competence. So I try to stay within that circle, income investing. So
Steve and I are not smart enough to trade options. It's basically what it comes down to. It's too complicated. And, what I hate about it is you got to be sitting in front of a computer. You got to be watching these positions tick by tick. Something moves against you, a little bit, goes down 5%, and all of a sudden you've lost 98% of your capital. You're like, holy crap, that wasn't what I was expecting. So, I have no interest in anything complicated because I just want something, an easy way to earn more income, which I honestly think is what most folks want. But I think a lot of folks get into options trading because they think it's the only way to earn more income. And unfortunately, nobody's taken the time to inform them about Liberty Checks. Financial advisors won't mention this. You won't read about this online. In fact, I've never seen another website or publisher talking about Liberty checks. I've never seen it. I've seen something about Trump checks or something, but that's just like a dividend or something. So, again, this has nothing to do with Trump checks or something like that. But nobody's really bringing this to folks' attention. I think that's a huge mistake, a huge oversight, and I really want to help more folks like Safak. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Just joined us, enrolled. You're in. But I want to help folks collect this check, $1,141. That alert is going out in 9 minutes, and I'm going to end the webinar at the top of the hour in just 9 minutes. So in 9 minutes, we're going to close down the webinar. We're going to shut down the webinar. I know we have another email going out to folks at about 2:30 p.m. Inviting them in. So if you have any final questions, we have 9 minutes left here until that email goes out. If you have something that you're saying, well, if I just knew the answer to this, I could make a decision. Go ahead and post it right now, and we'll be sure to answer your question. Let's see here. Steve, take a look. I know there are questions coming in. Where will I be able to see the special report? You're going to get an alert at 2 p.m. And Steve, there's already information posted in our members only website, right?
Right. If you're a member, if you sign up, you can get that information right now. I mean, you can see what's going to be going out, and that that's talking about you'll be jumping the line if you wanted to. I mean, we've got a whole section there of alerts, and you'll see which one. You have an idea which one it is that's going to be going out next. This is so.
Excellent. Sorry, nobody's picking up the phone. Please call me. Great. So someone will call you, Pravin. We got your number. We're just so that everybody understands, we're getting flooded with inbound calls. So my team literally doesn't have time to pick up the phone right now. So I would suggest going to the website www.secretpayout.com. Can you go here now? I'm asking Mark. Mark wants to get in. Mark, get on over to my website. How do I invest to earn that check? You'd need a broker. You need a broker or a 401k account to be able to make that move. Let's see. I can hear Ian speaking, but he keeps breaking. Okay. Does the sound coming through okay for you, Steve?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Great. Let's see. I'm seeing any more questions here. I'm still waiting on the website to join. Will I get the alerts? Yes. Join now, and you will be on the alert list. Sorry, I'm typing this as we're going, Steve. Yeah, Ellis. If you get on the website and you enroll right now, in the next 6 minutes, you're going to get that email alert. It'll probably come to you as soon as you sign up. We're going to send that out to you. So get on over to the website, www.secretpayout.com. Get on over there now. Folks, the alert's going out in 6 minutes. I just got a note from my team. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, that alert's going out. If you want to be on the list, I need you on the website. www.secretpayout.com is the website. Get on over there right now. Literally, so what you're going to do is, if you're in your web browser, right, this is pretty easy. You're going to go in your web browser and you go to File. Okay, File. Hold on, I'm looking at this so that I can tell you exactly how to do this. So you're in your web browser, you're watching the GoToWebinar, you go to File. You're either going to go New Window or New Tab. Okay, that's typically what it says in Safari or Chrome or Firefox. New browser. You're going to get a new browser so you don't leave this one. And then in the URL bar, you're going to type in www.secretpayout.com. It really is that simple. Or you can pick up the phone and call. I know the phone has just been slammed, though. And I know we have people waiting on hold right now. So if you're having trouble, just get on the website. You're going to type in your information, hit the green button, boom, you're done. I'm with Robinhood. Yeah, you could do this through Robinhood. No problem. Yes, you could do this with Robinhood. Yeah, no problem. Should be no problem with Robinhood. Let's see. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. All right, folks. We're at 4 minutes. 4 minutes right now. Come on, get on over there. Ellis, you're in. Ellis, you're in. You're on the list. Ellis, we got you. You're on the list. Who else wants to get on the list? Get on the website if you want to get on the list. You got like 4 minutes here, folks. I might be able to ask my team to hold that email for an extra minute, but you got to get on the website. www.secretpayout.com is the website. And Steve, I mean, I just love it. One of the best things that we recently discovered about these is that you can either, get the check mailed to you in the postal mail, or you can get them as an e-check where it just like gets deposited to your account, which I think is really awesome because, you just like wake up one day, you open up your account, and you're like, wow, there's an extra $1,141 here. That's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's really
That would be
awesome.
my preference, actually. You
Yeah,
get
I
it
mean,
quicker and you get it, it's immediate.
yeah, I mean, let me tell you, I was doing this, and I collected one of these Liberty e-checks in my own account, and I was just amazed by how simple it was. I knew that it was simple. I'm trying to look this up right now, but yeah, it was really just pretty amazing because this one was for like $2,000. So shoot, I'm looking this up right now as we're talking. Jump in here, Steve, for a minute while I look this up so I can tell you all the details.
Yeah, I mean, we've got time winding down. What do we have? 3 minutes left, and that alert's going out. Again, action. It's all about action. Waiting, it doesn't really do anything for anybody. Again, nobody waits it. There's way to success. We think we've got a solid, proven investment program here. We want you to take a look. We want you to join us. We want you to get aboard, and we're gonna jump into action here in, well, now it's 2 minutes. So just keep that in mind, and time's winding down.
Yeah, so all right, 2 minutes and that alert's going out, folks. And yeah, Steve, I found it here. Yeah, so back in April 20th, I literally I signed up for a Liberty check, and I got this thing. It showed up in my account. In my account statement, it just said 4/20/18 deposit, and the description was something like Liberty e-check, IRS 965 WMC HCC. It was for $6,528.60. It just like got deposited into my account. I didn't even really notice it because I didn't look into that account every single day. But I was like, wow, this really does work because I signed up, I enrolled in the plan, and I get $6,000. I mean, that's a ton of money, and I know for a lot of folks that would make a big difference in their lives, and that's why I'm so excited about this. So Ellis, you're in. So is Terry. You're in. You're on the list. Get on over to the website www.secretpayout.com. Get on over to the website. We'll get you enrolled. Now is the best time to get on the website. Now is the best time to enroll. That alert is going out here in 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes, folks. Get on the website. I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask my office to delay the alert by just 1 minute to give you one extra minute. So we're going to send it at 2:01. So get on over to the website www.secretpayout.com. If you join us afterwards, you're still going to have access to this. So it's not like you missed the alert. It's just we're going to put the alert in your inbox. You'll be able to log into the website or call my team. They're standing by. They'll help you out. We'll get you all the information that you need so you can grab all the information. So it's not like you're shut out, but I want to get that get you on board before that alert goes out. So Terry, you're in. Ellis, you're in. David is in. Sean is in. Wow, this is filling up very, very quickly here. Wow. All right, folks, get on over. www.secretpayout.com is the website, or pick up the phone and call. I'll put up our phone number again, 888-875-1960. Steve, I know we have a lot of work to do this afternoon. I know, honestly, I'm going to go execute that trade myself in my own account because I want to get paid. So let's do it. What do you think, Steve? Is it time for us to wrap up today's webinar? I know we have a lot of people who are pretty interested in this.
Yeah, we got to give them time to act. So everybody, get on board. I said time's a waste, and we got 2 hours now. It's 2 o'clock. 2:01's almost here. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's time to move, in other words. So yeah, I think we should, if you want to wrap it up, we can wrap it up. If you're waiting, you have time. you can still get on board. You can still claim this Liberty check.
Yeah. Yeah, and so now is the best time, folks. It's time to act, time to get on the website. There's limited time available. You have 2 hours. 2 hours until the New York Stock Exchange shuts this down. So if you want to be on the list, now's the time. I think one of the important things that I think is important is that these checks are going to be paid out no matter what. Okay, so someone is going to receive these checks, and it could be you or it's going to be someone else. Since the checks are going to be paid out anyways, I'd rather have it be put in your account. Someone who I know, someone who's done business with my company, someone who is trying to make their life better, is trying to achieve their financial goals. I'd rather have it go to you than someone else. But the fact is that those checks are going to be paid one way or another, and either you're going to get it or someone else is going to claim your check. And so I want to make sure that you get your check, not that someone else gets your check. So I'm on the list, it not working. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. I just have to press the send. Just want to know what I need. I have 3 top laptops around me. Frank, how can we help? Frank, give me a call, 866-447-8625. I'm not sure what we need to do to help you, Frank, but my team is standing by, and we will be more than happy to help. So with that, this has been an amazing webinar. I appreciate all the support. Welcome aboard to Terry and Ellis and Safak and all the new members who just joined us here right in time to get that alert. That alert, it looks like it just got sent out. If you didn't get the alert, call my office and we'll help you out. If you did not get that alert in 5 minutes, give us a call. We'll help you out. And thank you, everyone. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for an amazing webinar, Steve. This has been really great.
Yeah, sure has. Definitely my pleasure.
Great. Well, thanks so much, everyone. Have a great afternoon, and we'll look forward to helping as many of you get on board with this first Liberty check. I know I'm going to be opening up my account and signing in to claim this check here in the next few minutes. So hopefully you'll be on board. There is still time to act. If you want to get in, get on over to www.secretpayout.com or dial 888-875-1960. If you're trying to get through on the phone, haven't been able to, type in your phone number and one of my team members will call you back. We'll do our best to get to you before 4 p.m. But again, I know we have a lot of calls to make. So thanks so much, Steve. Have a great afternoon. I'm going to go into mute, but I'll be in chat to continue chatting with anybody who has questions. Thanks so much. Take care.